Hey guys, it's OKB, and I want to show you guys a triple team that I have put together with Edo Madara and Great Ninja Madara. Now these two work perfectly together because Edo Madara removes all the buffs in the beginning of the rounds. 157, but usually it's, usually a fight finishes in about like 3 rounds or so. But Edo Madara, because he can remove all shields and buffs and his barrier, you basically win the barrier. So nobody can use the barrier either unless they use like Kazekage Gaara or something. Well, if you use Great Ninja Madara and have him as position 1, you can increase ninjutsu and attack for all ninjas standing in the same row, which means let me open this one again and this one. Alright, so which means Rinnegan Sasuke sitting in this row will get that 40% and 20%. Edo Madara will get it. Kushina here will get it, and then Minato here will get it. Any ninjas that you put in the same row on the entire field will get that buff. And you only really need it for your position 1, but it's kind of nice for your position 2 sometimes. Yeah, it's kind of nice. And so, that's already an advantage, right? You remove all your opponent's buffs, and you have this Great Ninja Madara buff for as long as Great Ninja Madara lives. And now, since you have him as position 1, you actually have a lot. Like, this is quite an advantage because he won't die that easily because you have him powered up. Okay, but there's more to this, right? You got Chunin Sugamaru here, and this is not an old tactic, but some people forget that Chunin Sugamaru has a Y+2 skill. The passive, the first passive. While Sugamaru is on the field, Hinjutsu ninjas on the team receive a 40% buff to defense and resistance. That's quite nice, right? I mean, on the field, I think he says on the team. I don't know if it's a field buff, but either way, Rinnegan Sasuke's Hinjutsu, Edo Madara's not, I guess, he's not, but Chunin Sugamaru and Fire Main is, and if Chunin Sugamaru helps the entire field, because the wording is actually kind of confusing here, yeah, while he's on the field, like, okay, the Fire Main would also get it, Edo Itachi and all that kind of stuff, that's Fire Main. Yeah, that's only if they worded it wrong and it's actually supposed to be a field buff. If not, it's fine because these ninjas do need defensive. Okay, and so we need status reflex, for sure. And we have Fire Main on everything. Fire Main. Now this is Fire Main here, but this is the only one that doesn't have status reflect on Fire Main, and this is helpful because we got Edo Itachi for the status reflect. And that's why we're able to use the ninjutsu urge, increase our team's ninjutsu by 20%, and heals for 50% of the damage done. This is actually not team. Once again, the wording is confusing. This is actually a field buff. I don't know why they wrote team, but it's a field buff. Alright, you guys will see that in the fight later. And so this entire field gets this. Yeah, I wish they would properly word this so that I know Sugamaru does the field or just the team, because they mess up. Okay, and then now we get to Minato and Kushina I don't need explanations. Power increase. Minato on the other hand, whenever someone does an area attack, there's a pretty high chance you're going to hit Minato and lower their defense, which helps everyone else. And he's also on this row, so it's kind of nice. He has pure taijutsu, so if someone area attacks and starts lowering their own defense, because of Minato will actually deal a decent amount of damage. And he's also reviving, so in the long run, he's going to be really cancerous. I mean, Kazekage Gaara is behind him, and he heals whenever you hit him, and he stacks defense too, so he won't get killed easily even if the rest of the team does. Like Kushina's position 1 too, with her healing and all that stuff. It's kind of crazy. Okay, Great Ninja Madara. Now here's the thing, Edo Nagato is this, he's kind of like the cornerstone, kind of, for one of the combinations. His Y passive, the first passive. Well, if you have him Y+1, while this ninja's on the field, the entire camp's Rinnegan mystery skill cannot miss. This is an entire field. I don't know why they put camp, but once again, their wording sucks. But still, this is an entire field buff. And so Rinnegan Sasuke is a Rinnegan user, and so Nagato basically allows his mystery to be unmissable. That's quite powerful, especially since there's a lot of Jinchurikis is a position 1 these days. 6 Pass Naruto, Edo Minato, Killer Bee, Kushina, Edo Yaga, maybe not Edo Yaga anymore. 10 Tails Madara, Great Ninja Madara is... Great Ninja Madara is not Jinchuriki. He controls Jinchurikis. Got that mixed up a little bit. But anyways, there's a lot of powerful position 1 Jinchurikis, and if they're not using it, they'll be using Kakuzu, and Great Ninja Madara can just drain Kakuzu's Chakra, so it's kind of nice there too. Okay, so that is Great Ninja Madara. So Great Ninja Madara's attack won't miss. He deals 60% more damage to Jinchuriki, and I think, but I'm not quite sure, that if you select a Jinchuriki and attack the Jinchuriki, his entire field attack gains 60% increased damage. I don't know if it's just he deals 60% increased damage to a Jinchuriki only, or if he deals that much damage to the entire field when you attack a Jinchuriki. That's a little confusing too. We'll have to see later. Okay, but yeah, Nagato's effect here also affects Rinnegan Sasuke, so that means that Rinnegan Sasuke's mystery will hit a lot of people, and he's going to be unmissable too. That's a pretty big deal, considering that I'm using the +1, not +2 yet, but +1 deals a 30% increase in damage, which is really nice already. But then he also scales with his chakra. Now you might be wondering, why am I having Edo Madara here? Edo Madara's barrier doesn't allow you to gain chakra, right? Well, that's because I'm expecting the other side to change the barrier in one way or another, and if they don't, I'll use Gaara. And thanks to Status Reflect, and these guys are immune to status, so a frontal attack won't cause a status effect, or has a smaller chance of causing a status effect. And this Fire Main has a status reflect, so Gaara can be safe for a little while, and then we can just randomly use Gaara to change the barrier, and then we can gain chakra here. So that's actually why you see I have Banai Chakra here, right? Edo Madara's barrier doesn't allow it, but by the time I use Fire Main, I'm expecting to use my Kazekage Gaara, so that I can gain chakra, so that Rinnegan Sasuke can increase his damage in ninjutsu by 10% each, 15% if you have a +2, so it could be like 150%, up to 150% ninjutsu increase. It's a pretty good amount, and it keeps going up. Not to mention, you might be able to drain chakra from the other side too, so it's kind of nice. Whew, okay, that is the combination, and so both Great Ninja Madara and Rinnegan Sasuke will deal a heavy amount of damage to Jinchurikis, I mean anyone in general really, because Rinnegan Sasuke can hit Kakuzu too, suppress the super armor. Great Ninja Madara does too, so I mean they kind of cover most of the bases. And then of course Sugamaru also has this repulse knockdown thing, and it's by chance, but I have a low repulse chase from Fire Main, so that maybe when you cause low, knockdown low, low high. Okay, this needs to be changed. I kind of forgot that Sasuke has a low chase. That's why this never happened. But yeah, I should change this to Fireball. There we go, high low. Alright, so that is okay, there we go. Alright, so we're lowering their defense as well with this. Critical rate too. Critical rate is usually better, but sometimes defense is better, because you're not gonna chase people that have dodge, and a lot of these guys have dodge, so I'm not really counting on the chase. Anyways, this is like my lineup. I use Edo Madara to remove all buffs. I use a lot of ninjas that gain buffs that Edo Madara can't remove, and then I win with more stats with a pretty good amount of control. Everyone has status reflex, or leech, or dodge, or this guy's Nagato basically just reflects all status effects, which is awesome. And then they're immune to status. or everyone has shields. All the fire mains have shields, so they can heal each other. I mean, not heal, but they can shield each other, immune to debuffs after Edo Madara activates. I mean, like, it's a very powerful 3 versus 3 setup. Now the weakness might be something like triple Kimiaro, where Edo Hiruzen's actually the one stacked, or something like Byakugan Tsunade, because that's an entirely different dimension. Oh man, Tsunade running around here and there. You know, even even when you're like 10k power and you're fighting this 100k power, you're gonna stall for so long. Anyways, guys, that's my explanation for my team. I'll run a short fight, and then you guys will get to see that demonstration I was talking about with Great Ninja War against, I think, Animal Noises. I think it's one of the triple teams. I mean, we're a little higher power, but they were stacked. Take a look. Great Ninja War Madara entirely increased the entire line. There's not much you can show against AI, but this is the setup. It's 2 rows, and if there's anything that attacks the front row that we need to be wary of, these fire mains will summon the Ninja Dog Shiba. Kinda nice. Alright guys, now let's get to the actual fight, or demonstration.
Madara! 終わらせてやろう。ここだ。終わりだ。許さん。裏切り。残念だけど。暗い。八坂のマガ様イエローこれはどうだカグズムシ行くぞ行くぞ隙だらけだよ忍者螺旋が八坂のマガ様行くぞアマテラスそこだそこね神羅転生クソ遅いもらったもらった死を怒らせたわねとまだだもらったまだだ影の命術終わりだ終わりだ絶対防御だカトン砲火球の術忍者螺旋がそうだ 蹴りつけてやる。蹴りつけてやる。
悪いね。隙だらけだよ。許さん。
惑星螺旋丸。惑星螺旋丸。
これはどうだ。
やぐっ。
八坂の我が様。消えろ。忍法影首縛りの術。隙だらけだよ。
忍者。
螺旋丸。そうだ。
忍者。
螺旋丸。そうだ。もらった。行くぞ。もらった。忍法影首縛りの術。もらった。影縫いの術。絶対防御だ。
死を怒らせたわね。
打倒黄火球の術。